Well, Danny, 3 points here at Glossop. What do you make of it?
Exactly that, 3 points. It wasn't pretty at times, especially second half. Thought first half we were in complete control. We really were. Created a few openings, and it was like it was never going to be easy. It really wasn't. I mean, the weather and the pitch, real leveller. So the majority of the lads, they had to show a different side of the game today. That's for sure. And I think they all did that to a man. They all stood up and they were accounted for. The only blot on the copybook was the equaliser, really, because second phase. I have to watch it back to see exactly what went on, but not reacting to that second ball, and they've got a free shot off, so that was disappointing. But again, we've bounced back after that. We've not gone into our shells, and we've really gone at them and put them under pressure. So from that perspective, that was good.
It was a superb start, wasn't it? I'm not sure the exact timing in the first goal. I think it was under a minute there. But to what extent do you think we could have built on that in that first period?
Yeah, it's difficult really, because obviously they had a clear game plan. They were just sitting in, really sitting in, not pressing us, waiting for us to make mistakes in the middle of the park, really. And you know, it's not easy to break teams down. You've got to be patient. You can't rush, but you still want to play with a tempo and move the ball as quickly as possible. Then obviously with the pitch being how it is, you need 2-3 touches to get it under control sometimes. And if they're defending as deep as they are, there isn't really any space, and you don't want to play too much into central areas, because that's where if there is a bad touch or a bobble, they can pounce, and then they're potentially counter-attacking from the middle of the park while we're quite open. So you've got to be careful in that regard. But I thought the lads were outstanding. They dealt with that, and they played around and diagonal balls, looking to get our full-backs high, and we caused them problems first half.
In terms of the first half, you mentioned the bobbles, you mentioned the taking 2-3 touches. As a result, how pleased were you with the defensive performance? Because Marcelo really in that first half was largely in trouble, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I mean, that's how much control we had, and you know, we were looking for openings, working it wide, trying to get down the sides, and then coming out, working opposites, looking to get the diagonal balls, and force their wide men to defend. So from that aspect, it was really good. And then defensively, we were nice and solid. And like you said, I don't think they had any chances of note.
You've already analysed the equalising goal, but how well do you think we reacted to it?
Oh, straight away. Yeah, it's easy. It's easy to go in your shell, especially at places like this where, you know, the game becomes a real battle, a real battle in tough conditions, and then it firmly puts them on the front foot, because they've got something to go at. Because they're back in the game, they're not going to sit off. They can put us under pressure, waiting for more mistakes. So from our point of view, it was good to see the lads' composure, getting back on the ball, looking to do the right things, and trying to force another goal.
What was the rationale in terms of bringing Tom Clare on the hour mark, pretty much on the hour mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just obviously something completely different to Alex. It wasn't really Alex's day. There wasn't much space in between the lines for him to get on the ball and get half turned and be driving at the back four and sliding our wide men in, for instance. It was just one of those tough games where there was very little space for him. So it just suited the target man a little bit more. We thought it offers a different dimension going forward to work off him, and it you know, proved the right decision, didn't it?
Exactly, it certainly played dividends. I think it was 6 minutes it was on before he fired us ahead.
Yeah, well, that's what you put your subs on for. You put them on and you want them to make an impact. Yeah, sometimes they don't. But the intention was there, you know, to add a different dimension to our game and add that physical presence, try and keep the ball in the final third a little bit more, so we could get crosses in and work their goalkeeper.
Had a couple of penalty appeals late on the second half, didn't we? James Berry firstly, and then Neil Dans. Do you get a clear view? Do you think we maybe should have had at least one of them?
Yeah, I think you can look back and say on another occasion with a different official, maybe. I won't get into that, but you might get them. I think Danzy's one was more clear cut than James Berry's. I think the contact came on Danzy first, and then he's got a touch on the ball. So you know, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Depends on the referee's view, and you know, you just have to get on with it if you don't get it.
And just finally, in terms of today's game, to what extent do you think our fighting spirit got us through today?
Oh, of course it did, yeah. Like I said to the lads before the game and at half time, I said it's one of those games where, you know, you might have to sacrifice a bit or a lot of your game individually, you know, just to put a real shift in for the team and do your bit off the ball. And then, you know, I can't ask any more really, because they've all done that to a T.
As far as I'm aware, we've extended our lead at the top of the division to 3 points, 4 home league games, to follow, as well as the Isuzu FA Trophy game against Guiseley. In a good place at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly that, and that's all you want really. You want to be in a fantastic position, and we've put ourselves in that. You know, then off the back of it with the 4 home league games, you know, that gives us confidence, because we're going into it knowing that we do play really, really well at home. So everything's in our favour really. It's you know, looking very, very good.
Brilliant. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.